and welcome back to Fun Fact Friday. This is Lupita Martinez, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. And this week we're going to be talking about social anxiety disorders in hopes to provide some information to our communities. Social anxiety disorder is the third largest mental health care problem in the world. 7% of the US population is actually affected by it. People that have social anxiety disorders can be considered to have a social phobia. A social phobia is characterized by persistent, intense, and chronic fear of being judged by others, and feeling embarrassed and humiliated by their actions. This fear may be so severe that it interferes with a person's work, school, and it may also negatively affect a person's ability to form relationships. One phrase that is used incorrectly very often is that so-and-so is feeling antisocial or being antisocial. The word antisocial isn't necessarily the same thing as a social anxiety disorder or experiencing a social phobia. To be quite honest, the psychological use of the word antisocial actually has nothing to do with a social phobia or wanting to be isolated from everyone else. The real use of the word antisocial is actually a person who goes against the laws and customs of society and not a person that experiences discomfort or anxiety when around other people. And so in the future, if you ever wanted to describe a person that would much rather be on their own or just doesn't really feel comfortable around others, that you would steer away from calling them antisocial because it really doesn't describe what you're trying to say. Now, to focus our attention back on social anxiety disorder, let's learn a little bit more about what the onset and possible causes of social anxiety disorder are. Social anxiety disorder typically starts around childhood and adolescence. Only half of the adults that experience this disorder will ever actually seek treatment. And those that do seek treatment typically experience symptoms for about 15 to 20 years before they ever actually seek help. As with many other mental health disorders, the development of social anxiety disorder is best understood as an interaction between several different biopsychosocial factors. A study showed that higher rates of social anxiety disorder were reported in relatives of people with the condition than in relatives with people without the condition. What this means is that people with social anxiety disorder commonly have relatives that also experience social anxiety disorder in comparison to those that do not experience the illness. In addition, stressful social events in early life, such as being bullied, familial violence, and public embarrassment are reported by people with social anxiety disorder. Other factors that have been linked to social anxiety disorder are parental modeling of fear and avoidance in social situations, as well as overprotective parenting. Also, the use of certain medication to treat social anxiety disorder has helped us to understand what goes on in the brain and what type of disruption is happening. However, there has not been any research to prove any sort of causal relationship thus far. For more information on social anxiety disorders, you can find a PDF version of the book that I used. It is titled Social Anxiety Disorders: Recognition, Assessment, and Treatment. And stay tuned for next week's video to learn more great facts. See you then!